This is why your gear doesn't matter. I'm more so speaking to the people who want to start content, but they're second guessing themselves. They're like, well, I don't have the right camera. I don't have the right tripod. I don't have the perfect microphone, the perfect light. This video is for you. In this video, I'm going to explain why it's just an excuse at this point to say that. But first, let me be a hypocrite and explain why your gear actually does matter. We are now in the Best Buy parking lot, so yeah. Anyways, like I told you, I'm gonna have one of my hypocritical moments right now and kind of just briefly talk about why your gear actually does matter. I love recording in public, boy. That shit is nice. Anyways, the number one reason why I feel that your gear actually does matter is for the simple fact of creativity. What do I mean by that? I mean that if your gear doesn't make you feel creative, if it doesn't make you want to go out and create your art and just go create anything, it's pointless because it's just gonna sit on the shelf collecting dust. But if you have gear that you enjoy using, if you have gear that you are excited to learn more about, that you are excited to go out in the field and record stuff with, then your gear is worth it, if that makes sense. Anyways, let's go in Best Buy and look at some stuff real quick. Okay, so we only really came to look at maybe a couple things, right? Number one, we wanted to take a look at some of the monitors that they had here. Number two, we wanted to take a look at some of the lenses they had. And what else back?
Nintendo Switches.
Nintendo Switches. Like, so something like this, right? And then just on the desk have this monitor on the side.
In like a week or something. I want to play Mario Kart.
So they have the 35. 35 is cool, I like it, it's decent. But I feel like I would really... Now on to why your gear actually doesn't matter. Let's start off with social media. Social media kind of got us brainwashed as content creators. Every single day you wake up, you scroll on the internet for maybe hours or maybe minutes, whatever. All up and down our Instagram feeds, our TikTok feeds, and our YouTube feeds. All we see is these people with the biggest rigs, the biggest cameras, the most expensive light. You probably can't even find it online. But constantly being exposed to that makes you think, man, wait a minute, I need that to be a successful content creator. And let me tell you, you don't. It slightly reminds me of the iPhone syndrome. Jaden, what do you mean the iPhone syndrome? I mean, every single year Apple comes out with a brand new iPhone and it's just slightly better than the previous iPhone, but all of a sudden people feel like, oh wait a minute, my phone is just trash now and I need that one. That's how social media has made us feel, and I'm guilty of this as well, but that's how social media has made us feel about things like cameras. Every time Canon drops a new camera or every time Sony drops a new camera, I'm looking at it like it's the newest shiny thing, and now all of a sudden every little thing is wrong with my camera. But in hindsight, my camera is just perfect. Well, I wouldn't say perfect, but it does the job. All right, ignore the kitchen. It's not clean right now, and cleaning the kitchen is my duty, but I'm choosing to record right now. So now let's bring it back to the people I was talking about earlier, which is the creatives who haven't really started creating much content at all because they feel like now they need the newest, shiniest gear. I'm talking to you. This is why you don't need it, coming from my perspective. Having the newest, shiniest gear honestly slows you down. As a beginning creative or just a creative who's just trying to get their message and their art out there, it slows you down, and let me explain. For one, you have to figure out how to use all of this new gear, and by the time you figure out how to use it, now like your whole creative thought process is gone and the final project won't come out as it would if you just picked up something like your phone and just started recording. Number two, it's a pretty hefty investment, and I don't say investment lightly. Most of these quote-unquote professional cameras nowadays are upwards of $3,000+. As a beginning creative, I can tell you one thing, I did not have $3,000+ to just sit and drop on a camera and hope and pray that I make some good content with it and then get paid from that content, you know what I'm saying? Another thing is, when you get this new shiny gear, you don't always feel creative with it. Why? Because number one, now you have to figure out how to use it, like I said earlier. Number two, and I can speak for myself when I say this, when I get something new, I'm always trying to be very delicate with it. I'm always watching how I'm carrying it, etc. Like if I get a new phone, I'm gonna have the thickest case on it and I'm gonna barely be touching it. When I'm texting, I'm gonna lightly press it, you know what I'm saying? Because you're trying so hard not to break it. So that takes away from your creativity. I promise you, all you need is something you can pick up, record, and get your creative vision just out there. Whew. All right. It's a little bit hot outside and the sun is beaming. Also, if you hear noises in the background, they're landscaping at my apartment, so that's what that is. I'm sorry, ignore it. Nah. And my dog is crying because he's in the cage, and he gonna stay in because he been bad today. Anyway, now after saying and going through all of that, I don't want you to think that gear never doesn't matter, right? I want you to know that once you get into a certain point of your career, yes, you're going to have to upgrade your gear. Yes, you're going to have to like invest in yourself, right? And invest in your craft. But like the main point that I really wanted to get across in this video was that, and I'm really just gonna be repeating myself here when I just say, when you're starting out, no, you don't need the newest camera. No, you don't need a $500 microphone. No, you don't need a $600 light. All you really need, and I'm saying this from a personal perspective because I've gone through this. When you're starting out, all you need is your phone. Hopefully it's an iPhone. If it's not, it's all right. We gonna get there. Anyway, a solid tripod that'll last you at least half a year to a full year. You can literally start out with the sun. Just don't record at like peak sun times like I'm doing right now. Record like right before the sun comes up, where it's like a nice just cast, right? Or record on days where there is a cast, like right before it's about to rain, right when the sun is going down, sunset. Don't come and record at like 12, 2, or 1 expecting the sun to be all nice and soft and friendly to you. No, it ain't gonna happen. And now with AI nowadays, you can use the microphone built into your phone or your devices and just plug it into a software like Adobe Podcast. But yes, I'm here for the creators. I'm here for the masses. I'm here to give you guys the things that I went through so you don't have to go through them as a creator. So I hope you having an amazing day. I hope you go create something amazing. Don't go buy that $5,000 camera that you really can't afford. Please don't do it. I beg. Anyways, let me come on the sunlight here. Tripod, big tripod in this thing. Anyways, y'all have an amazing day. Peace out. Thank me later.